So to make your bow, you just want a small cut off of yarn. You can use a whole ball of yarn if you want, but I don't really see much point. You don't need that much, so I just use the offcuts for mine. And then this is a chunky yarn, so I've just got a 5.5mm crochet hook. If you're not using chunky yarn, or if you're using one that's slightly thicker than this one, just use the crochet hook that you're used to using for that one. So to start, we're going to do a chain. So we just want to create a loop, put our needle through the loop and pull through. So we've now got one loop on our hook, and then we're just going to keep pulling the yarn through. So that's a chain of 4. So we just want to keep continuing this chain. So I'm going to start with a chain of 30. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So the length of the chain you want to do depends on how big of a bow you want. So if you want quite a small bow, we're going to do less chains. If we want quite a big bow, maybe with long tassels or very large loops, you're going to want to do a longer chain. So I'm going to keep continuing my chain until I get to the length that I want for my bow, and then I'll meet you when we're at the end. So I have done a chain of 55 stitches. So if you're looking for a bow that is the same as mine, you want to do 55 stitches. So now we're at the end. We just want to grab our scissors, just cut a little bit of a tail, doesn't have to be massive. And then what I do is I like to insert my hook one stitch from the end. So we skip that first stitch, put it in the next one, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch, and I'm going to continue doing a slip stitch all the way along just until I tuck this tail in. So this is my preferred method of tucking the tail in on things like this. If you like to do it a different way, you're more than welcome to do it that way. Just going to keep tucking this in. This yarn that I'm using tends to shed a lot, so I might just do a quick knot just to stop it from shedding. So if you do have a yarn like mine that does shed a lot, just do a knot in it, and that stops it from shedding. And then I'm just going to pull through that end one last time, and I'm going to cut it there. So you want to do the same for this end. So just pick up, you can put your hook through the end stitch. Now I'm not going to do slip stitches for this one because it's not attached to the hook, but I'm just going to weave in the ends. Till I'm satisfied that that tail is nice and secure and isn't going to go anywhere. And then same again, I'm just going to cut the end just to tidy it up. So now we've essentially made ourselves a piece of string. So what we want to do is get the two ends together. So you've folded it in half. So put your finger in the middle. One half, you're just going to create a loop. And then switch hands with the other side. You're going to create a loop again. You want both loops to be the same size. And we're going to tie a knot with these two loops. So I'm just crossing the loops over, and I'm going to pull one of them through the middle. And then I'm just going to pull. And that creates a bow. You'll see both of my loops are different sizes now, so you can just adjust this by pulling the end until you're happy. If you want to make your loops a bit bigger, again, you can just pull and then it'll make it bigger, or if you want to make it smaller, you just pull the end. And then there you have a nice little bow.